Karmine Corp is one of the most popular Valorant teams in Europe for all the wrong reasons.
Time! Time! Time!
The shot, but I was getting dangerously close to running out of time.
Time!
What?
There's no time on the defuse, Lauren.
You f***ing melons!
Despite having a rabid fan base and super popular players, they're actually one of the worst teams playing in any of Valorant's 3 major international leagues.
I mean, it must be a rough spot. Like they're getting annihilated. Like they're a laughing stock. Like let's talk about it to how it is. Like we watch it for comedy at this point.
So where did it all go so wrong for Kcorp? Can they still make a run for champions? Or is it already too late?
Where are you going? There's 15 seconds! Where are you going? You can't go B now! You wasted 20 seconds!
They're not giving him anything. They're playing as a 3. They're making this very difficult. They still have some util to play with too. Wolfen still has the turret, a couple of bits and pieces. He's got the jump!
Oh no!
And he's got 2! Oh, XMS!
He's in spawn. He didn't buy. He forgot to buy.
Shin with the guiding light ready. His team be able to respond in time. Seen it on the trigger here with the operator. Will they be able to scream? Get 3 out of nowhere. Give them the ace in a matter of milliseconds. It is all over.
Alright guys, before we get into the video, just want to remind you that if you enjoy yourself, you can show your support by liking the video. And if you're not subbed and you haven't rung the notification bell, those are great ways to get our content right when it's available. Cheers. The tech FPS community loves Scream. After all, they still talk about his one-taps.
Because early on they did play, the opponents were being that passive style, but now you can see Scream doesn't care anymore. Scream's doing the no respect. 4 quick headshots and the ace. That's beautifully done. That is sick.
Scream boasted the highest headshot percentage in professional Counter-Strike, a record that he still holds today. After switching to Valorant, he continued to earn new fans by popping even more heads. And when Team Liquid signed Scream's brother Nevera back in 2021, the duo reached even greater heights together. Liquid put up a top 4 finish at Valorant Champions 2021, and things were looking promising heading into the 2022 season. But as the game developed and the team could no longer rely on Scream's one-taps or Yampy and Nevera's double op setups to win, Liquid fell off.
But to his demise, G2 truly are one step away. Nevera will take down Avova. They're throwing everything they've got at him, and Mixwell will close it. Hard work, sacrifice, and an insatiable desire for victory. G2 will head to Iceland. Reykjavik will beckon for them.
4 kills, and Soulcast has to face the music. A 1v3. The divide. About to reveal all that anxiety, the terror that's in place. He finds one, he waits for the swing. Nothing comes, but the time is dwindling, and as is his HP, he has to face the fact that Sugar Zero has done the unthinkable, the unimaginable, and the dream is alive for Zeta.
After several role swaps, roster changes, and continued poor performances, it was clear that the team needed an overhaul. Plus, Scream and his brother wanted to move closer to home. So when Karmine Corp announced their Valorant roster late last year, many of the Orcs fans were excited to see Scream and Nevera play for an all-French team.
Obviously the fan base of Kcorp is one of the reasons as well that I'm excited to be there, because I think the amount of support I'm gonna get and teammates are gonna get I think it's something we have never experienced before. Super hyped about it, super, excited.
Despite the hype though, there were a lot of questions surrounding Kcorp ahead of the preseason tournament.
This Karmine Corp team,
I can't do
this Karmine Corp team is trolling.
Yes,
this
Karmine Corp
team
actually
makes
trolling.
no sense. This Karmine Corp team has left out good francophone players and just thought, fuck it, Scream can IGL another team into the ground whilst putting up absurdly good stats and making everyone around him mauled out of control because you feel like he should be on a great team, he is a great player, and yet the team is just going downhill, the streets are talking, saying that they're playing dog comps.
KC's fans and owners didn't exactly agree with the haters, and they proved them wrong after taking their first match.
It's a very reasonable assessment, you'd imagine. Someone sat for this. Navarro's just found one for free, and now, yeah, they cannot see this. And now if they can give it away, Nuzera just has to play, protect, keep Navarro safe. That's all he's going to try to do. Halfway on the defuse, they still need more time. YU goes down! Navarro, Nuzera in combination. Take him across the line.
Unfortunately, Karmine Corp were no match for the defending world champions in the next round.
Almost push to try, and actually I think that nade might kill him once. Sadek's got both! It's left all on to the new man on the block, Nuzera, to try and fight versus 4, and he stands no chance. Loud will take themselves the victory in front of their hometown.
Scream's mid-rounding simply wasn't good enough. Their utility usage was poor, and they seemed to have zero understanding of the way the game's economy worked. Following the event, Sideshow made a series of videos pointing out many of KC's problems.
Chat, I want to ask you, 4v4, Haven retake on A, with a Viper's Pit in this position, completely controlling CT, and you're on an eco swing round. Do you take... Oh, by the way, and you have an operator. Do you do it? Do you do it? Do you decide to retake here? Do you decide to do this? No. Well done, chat. No, you don't.
And while you'd think Kcorp would take the criticism to heart, maybe tighten up a bit for the regular season, they chose a different path instead. They fell off a cliff.
Wait, no, wait, no, That has got to be the biggest throw of a map point I've ever seen in my life. You had 35 seconds to rotate. You know that there's going to be an A stack. Where are you going? There's 15 seconds. Where are you going? You can't go B now. You wasted 20 seconds. Time? Time! Time!
The shot, but I was getting dangerously close to running out of time.
Time!
What?
There's no time on the defuse, Lauren.
You f***ing melons!
Karmine Corp were a disaster. They look like one of the worst teams in professional Valorant, including the Tier 2 scene. They were making fundamental mistakes that led them to lose in more remarkable fashion each and every week. But like any good train wreck, it was so bad that you simply couldn't look away.
If he's just going to stay passive this whole round, so he's just going to be playing AFK. What is that jump peak? What is that?
I just can't, man. Oh my god, it's oh my god. Chat, how am I meant to stay positive when this is what's going on?
Meanwhile, Sideshow's KC watch parties quickly became every Valorant fan's favorite form of entertainment. The team's performances were so bad, they were the laughingstock of pro Valorant.
My favorite on Ascent was round 17, where XMS has an op. They don't even have Navera op in. They have XMS op in, and he smokes himself off. He uses both smokes at the beginning of these rounds every time, so he doesn't have them for the mid-rounding. He smokes himself off, even though he's holding mid, and then Scream misses his molly over the top of Cat, and Redgar gets distracted by how badly it missed.
And just when things looked like they couldn't possibly get any worse, Nuzera stepped down from the team, leaving them in an awkward position. Since the deadline for the VCT roster lock was months ago, KC were forced to bring in their assistant coach Zeish as a substitute. Not long after, Scream took to Twitter to express his frustration and announced that Zeish would also be taking the reins as the team's IGL. But Scream's tweet made it clear that the situation was severely impacting his mental health. He was practically begging for support from the community. And though KC was once the butt of jokes, some of those who were laughing before couldn't help but feel a little bad.
Let's talk about it to how it is. Like we watch it for comedy at this point, so I can see how it would be very hard on your mental. Like when you're the butt of the joke every single week, you're trying your best. It must be horrendous for your mental.
But Nuzera abandoning the team might have actually been a blessing in disguise. Statistically, he was the worst player in EMEA, and with Zeish taking charge as IGL, Scream was now able to just focus on what he did best: hitting heads.
Shin with the guiding light ready. Will his team be able to respond in time? Seen it on the trigger here with the operator. Will they be able to scream? Gets 3 out of nowhere. Give them the ace in a matter of milliseconds. It is all over. Scream. 5 in 1 round.
KC came up short against Na'Vi in the end, but it was clear that the team looked better than they had in their previous matches. Heading into their match against Koi, expectations for KC were low. And since things really couldn't get much worse, surely there was nowhere to go but up.
They hit the lowest low we're ever going to see in Tier 1 Valorant.
Karmine Corp have got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
They're playing with their assistant coach. The chance of them making playoffs is next to 0.
Karmine Corp having plenty of issues, but a new player coming in and maybe a new spark of life to follow up with. Sarso now actually has a bit of an opportunity to take a fight, maybe a favourable one, finally. Maybe not. Scream's on the case, and now the spike's gone down, the spam's there. Sarso the only one. And he made such a good start to things, but it does not matter. Karmine Corp, who is this team? Yeah, a little punish on Nevera, but it doesn't really matter at this point, needs to give it up.
Man, why you pick me, bro? Why you pick me, bro?
They're not giving him anything, they're playing as a 3. They're making this very difficult. They still have some util to play with too. Wolfen still has the turret, a couple of bits and pieces. He's got the jump!
Oh no!
And he's got 2! Oh, XMS! What are they doing? This seems insanity!
Oh my god!
What is going on? No! Not again! Not again! Wolfen, please! Someone, please!
My god,
What is
Lauren.
going on? XMS is guarding the site here. Wolfen's fallen. It's all down to 2. Shados, Coldamenta. Anything left in the tank? It doesn't look like it. Coldamenta, the last to fall. The king falls, and Karmine Corp.
You did it! Ale! Carry on! Let's go! What color is it? Blue! What color is it? Blue!
For Scream and the rest of Karmine Corp, this win meant everything. They proved that even if they're not at the top yet, there's still hope. Karmine Corp's fans never gave up on them. The team's passion, determination, and the fact that no matter how bad things looked, they never stopped fighting earned them one of the most dedicated followings in esports. KC went from being arguably the worst team in professional Valorant to an underdog roster that everyone's rooting for. All it took was being so unfortunate you couldn't help but cheer for them. But like any good train wreck, it was so bad that you simply couldn't look away. It was like the original Street Fighter movie. Except for Raul Julia, he gets a pass. He's a beast. Everybody else is including JCVD. The OG Mortal Kombat movie is like pretty trippy, honestly. I rewatched 420. Wow, that's a great decision. You made an excellent decision.